Welcome students in the part 3 of mathematical logic. In this part we are going to study the statement patterns, that means tautology, contradiction and logical equivalence of two statement patterns. Let's see the definition of tautology. Tautology is a statement pattern which is always true. That means when we construct a truth table of this statement pattern, we always get all t's in the last column of the statement pattern. For example, here I have taken the statement pattern as P or negation of P. Now if P is true, then negation P is false. If P is false, then negation P is true. And P or negation P will be true as one of the statement is true. Therefore, P or negation P is always true, therefore it is a tautology. So the next definition is of contradiction. Contradiction means in the last column of the statement, we always get all F. That means the statement pattern is always false for all the combinations of truth values of its atomic statement. Now here we are considering the example P and negation of P. If P is true, then negation P is false, and P and negation P, that is conjunction of P and negation P is false, as negation P is false. Similarly, if P is false, negation P is true, and their conjunction is false as P is false. We know that conjunction is false whenever one of the statement is false. So P and negation P is always false, therefore it is contradiction. And contingency is a statement pattern which is neither tautology nor contradiction. That means in the last column of the truth table, we always get both T and F. So it is mix of T and F. So in that case, we say that the statement pattern is contingency. Now let's consider one example here to find whether the statement pattern is tautology, contradiction or contingency. So this question carries 3 marks. So let's see this question. P and P implies Q implies Q. So to construct the truth table, first we have to consider the atomic statements. So here we have the atomic statements P and Q. So first column is P, second column is Q. Now the inner bracket is P implies Q. So the next column, column number 3 is of P implies Q. Then the square bracket, which is P and P implies Q. And the last column is a column of the statement pattern. Now to find whether it is tautology, contradiction or contingency, we have to find out the last column. If in the last column we get all T's, then it is tautology. If all are F, then it is contradiction. And if it is mix of both T and F, then it will be contingency. So let's construct a truth table of this statement. Now P is T T F F, Q is T F T F, P implies Q. True implies true is true, true implies false is false, false implies true is true, and false implies false is true again. Only true implies false is false, otherwise the implication is true. Now for the next column, P and P implies Q, we have to consider column number 1 and column number 3. So and means conjunction. It is true if both are true, and if one of the statement is false, it is false. So first one is true and true, so that's why it is true. Next is true and false, that is false. Next is false and true, so that is also false. And in the next one also we have false and true, that is false. Now in the fifth column we have P and P implies Q implies Q. So first we have to consider the fourth column and then the second column. So true implies true is true, false implies false is true, false implies any truth value is true only, because false implies true is true and false implies false is also true. So if in this column we have 3F, so it has to be true only. So the implication is true. So here in the last column we have all T's, therefore it is a tautology. Remember that this conclusion should be written because it carries 1 mark. If you don't write the conclusion, you will lose 1 mark. So this is must. You have to write the conclusion. So and write the reason also. Since the statement pattern is always true, that's why it is tautology. Let's consider one more statement pattern to find out whether it is tautology, contradiction, or neither. The statement pattern given here is P implies negation Q or R, double implication, negation, square bracket, P implies Q implies R. So here the statement pattern contains three atomic statements P, Q, R. So the truth table will have 8 rows. So first column is P, second is Q, next is R, and then we have negation Q, and the innermost bracket, that is negation Q or R, then the square bracket, P implies negation Q or R, that is sixth column. But since the statement pattern is very long, so to cut short, this sixth column is denoted by A, and the second part is denoted by B, so that in the last column 10 we can write it as A double implication B. B part is the second part. In the second part we have Q implies R is the innermost bracket, then P implies Q implies R, then we have negation of that statement. So ninth column, that is denoted by B, is negation of P implies Q implies R, and the 10th column is column of the statement pattern, that is A double implication B. Now since the statement pattern has three atomic statements, therefore P has truth values T, 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 F, 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 F. For Q we write T, T, F, F, T, T, F, F. For R we write TF, 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 and again TF, TF. Now for the fourth column, negation Q, consider second column, that is column of Q, and interchange T and F. So since here in Q we have TTFF, TTFF, so in negation Q it will be FFTT, FFTT. Now for the fifth column, negation Q or R, that is negation Q, disjunction R. For disjunction, if one of the statement is true, it is true. So consider column number 3 and column number 4. If one of the statement is true, it will be true. It is false only when both are false. Now the first one is true or false, so that's why it is true. Second is false or false, so false. Next is true or true, that is true. False or true is true. True or false is again true. False or false, that is false. True or true is true, and false or true is true. So we have that as fifth column. Now in the next column, P implies negation Q or R. So first column implies fifth column. Remember, rule for implication is only true implies false is false. Otherwise the statement pattern is true. True implies true is true. True implies false is false. True implies true again is true. Next is also true implies true, that's why it is true. And in the last 4 we have 4F, and F implies any truth value is always true. So the last 4 rows are T. Seventh column is Q implies R. Same rule applies here. Q implies R means second column implies third column. So true implies true is true. True implies false is false. False implies true is true. False implies false is also true. True implies true is true. True implies false, that is false. And last 2 are F, so that's why those are T. Next, 8th column is P implies Q implies R. So rule of implication is the same. P implies Q implies R means what? First column implies 7th column. So true implies true is true. True implies false is false. True implies true is true. True implies true is true, and last 4 are F, so that's why it is T. 9th column is negation of 8th column. So since 8th column is TF and all T, in the 9th column we'll be having F, T and all F again. In the 10th column it is A double implication B. So consider A, that means 6th column, and B means 9th column. Rule for double implication is if both the truth values are same, it is T. otherwise it is F. You can see that in the 6th column we have TF, TTT. In the 9th column we have FT, FFF. So both are opposite of each other. So they are not same in any of the rows. So that's why A double implication B is false always. So in the last column we get all F. That means it is contradiction. So the reason is all the entries in the last column are F. So that's why it is contradiction. So remember to write the conclusion. So the statement pattern is contradiction. Next definition is of logical equivalence. Two statement patterns A and B are said to be logically equivalent if they have identical truth values for all the combinations of truth values of their atomic statements, and we denote it by A equivalent to B. So how to find out whether two given statement patterns are logically equivalent? So for that, construct their truth table. In one table only, construct those columns, and if those columns are identical, then those two statements are logically equivalent. So let's consider this example. P implies Q is logically equivalent to negation P, or Q is logically equivalent to negation Q implies negation P. So we have to construct a truth table, and in that truth table one column is P implies Q, second is negation P or Q, and one more column is negation Q implies negation P, and we have to find out whether these three columns are identical. So let's construct the truth table. Now you know how to construct the truth table. So here the number of atomic statement is 2. So we have PQ, negation P, negation Q. Then the first statement, that is P implies Q. Then the next statement, negation P or Q. And the last one, the last statement, negation Q implies negation P. Now for P we have TTFF. For Q, TFTF. For negation P is FFTT. Negation Q is FTFT. Now find out what is P implies Q. It is TFTT. Find out negation P or Q. Remember rule for or. If one of the statement is true, it is true. So negation P or Q, considering columns 2 and 3, we have TFTT. 7th column is negation Q implies negation P. That is column number 4 implies column number 3. False implies false is true, true implies false is false, false implies true is true, and true implies true is true. So you can see here that 5th column, 6th column and 7th column, they are identical. Therefore the statements P implies Q, negation P or Q, and negation Q implies negation P are logically equivalent. Consider one more example of logical equivalence. P if and only if Q is logically equivalent to P and Q, or negation P and negation Q. Here the truth table is already constructed. You can construct it. So that is your exercise. You can see that 5th column and 8th column, they are identical. Therefore they are logically equivalent. Here is one more example to prove the logical equivalence. P implies Q implies R is logically equivalent to P implies Q and P implies R. The truth table is already constructed. You can construct and see that 5th column and 8th column are identical. Therefore these two statements are logically equivalent. This is your exercise to construct the truth table and check that these two columns are identical. Consider one different example of logical equivalence. The question asked here is identify the statements having same meaning, and justification is also asked. If price increases, then demand falls. If price does not increase, then demand does not fall. If demand falls, then price increases. If demand does not fall, then price does not increase. First, let's convert these 4 statements into symbolic form of the statements. So for that, let P price increases, Q demand falls. Therefore the given statements can be written symbolically as, first one is P implies Q, second is negation P implies negation Q, third is Q implies P, and fourth is negation Q implies negation P. Now construct truth table, and in that truth table construct columns of these statements and find out which columns are identical. So constructing the truth table here, we can see that P implies Q and negation Q implies negation P, TFTT and TFTT. So these two are identical. Therefore statement 1 and statement 4, they have same meaning. Similarly, column number 6 and 7, that is columns of statement 2 and statement 3, they are identical. Therefore statement 2 and statement 3, they have same meaning. So this is justification for the answer. And these are your assignments for this week. Question 2 and question 3 from exercise 1.2. Thank you. I will see you in the next video.